The year was 1642, and the city of Arcetri, nestled amongst the rolling hills of Florence, was cloaked in the muted tones of dusk. The air, thick with the earthy aroma of damp soil and the remnants of a day long gone, mingled with the faint scent of burning wood from nearby hearths. Inside a modest room, illuminated by the flickering light of a solitary candle, a frail figure lay on a wooden bed, his breathing shallow, the rhythmic sound heavy with the weight of impending finality. Galileo Galilei, the renowned astronomer and physicist, was nearing the end of his tumultuous journey. The air was filled with a mixture of reverence and desperation as family and friends gathered, their whispers punctuated by the distant chirping of crickets outside. An unsettling quiet enveloped them, broken only by the occasional creak of the wooden beams overhead. "E per si move," he gasped at last, a faint smile breaking through the weariness of his face. "And yet it moves." This phrase, delivered in a voice barely above a whisper, resonated with the gravity of centuries of scientific endeavor. His declaration was not just a statement about the Earth and its place in the cosmos, it was a challenge to the very foundations of belief that had held sway for millennia. Outside, the twilight sky was painted with hues of deep indigo, revealing the faint glimmer of stars emerging against the darkening canvas above. In that moment, Galileo, the man who dared to look through glass, transcended the bounds of mortality, his ideas casting long shadows across the fields of science and philosophy. Born on February 15, 1564, in Pisa, Italy, Galileo was thrust into a world marked by uncertainty and strife. His family, a blend of nobility and middle-class merchants, struggled financially. The smell of poverty lingered in the air, ever-present and suffocating. The young Galileo's father, Vincenzo, was a musician and a passionate man, but the burden of financial insecurity weighed heavily on him. "Galileo, you must find a way to secure your future," Vincenzo would often say, his voice a mixture of love and desperation. "Our family's honor depends on it." The pressure to succeed loomed like a storm cloud over Galileo's childhood, stirring in him a restless drive to escape the confines of societal expectations. The warmth of his father's affection was often overshadowed by the cold reality of their circumstances, planting the seeds of ambition and the fear of failure deep within him. He longed for acceptance but felt the chasm between his aspirations and the harsh realities of life widening. As he moved through his teenage years, the canyons of doubt were carved deeper. The cool marble of the university halls contrasted sharply with the chaotic emotions brewing within him. Galileo's initial attempts at academia were fraught with obstacles. Enrolling at the University of Pisa to study medicine, he quickly found himself enchanted by mathematics and physics. However, his professors dismissed his ideas, adhering strictly to Aristotle's teachings. In a moment of frustration during a lecture, Galileo stood up. "But what if the heavens are not as you say? What if they are governed by different laws?" The laughter of his peers resonated in his ears, a painful echo. After weeks of gathering the courage to present his own theories on motion, he was met with scorn. "You are a fool, Galileo. You dare question the ancients," one of his professors jeered, a scathing smirk plastered across his face. That moment, filled with the taste of humiliation, nearly broke him. The chilling sensation of failure settled in, and for days, he pondered abandoning his studies. The silent weight of doubt threatened to pull him under, but in the dark corners of his mind, a flicker of passion remained. The pivotal moment of Galileo's life came in 1609 when he learned of the invention of the telescope. With a fervor ignited by curiosity, he began crafting his own version, heavily influenced by the mechanics of lenses he had studied. Weeks turned into months as he meticulously polished the glass, each moment filled with a heady mixture of anticipation and dread. The scent of wood shavings and metal filings filled his workshop as he labored. Finally, on the night of August 25th, he directed his handcrafted telescope towards the heavens for the first time. As he peered through the lens, a new universe materialized before him, the craters of the moon, the moons of Jupiter, and the phases of Venus. He was overwhelmed, no longer a mere observer, he had become a celestial cartographer. With each discovery, the stars seemed to sing, their brilliance illuminating the cold, black void. He jotted down his findings, his hand trembling with excitement. "In the vastness of the cosmos," he wrote, "I see that the world is not as we believed, there are wonders beyond the earth, and they move in ways we cannot yet comprehend." This inscription marked the birth of the Copernican revolution, a shift that would challenge the very fabric of scientific thought. Galileo did not just observe, he rigorously documented his findings, a tactical approach that would later serve as his defense against the mounting opposition. His meticulous notes and drawings became powerful tools, transforming raw data into compelling arguments that spoke not only of the heavens but of the very reality that surrounded him. As Galileo's discoveries gained traction, so did the backlash. The year was 1616 when he was summoned by the Church, an institution both revered and feared. The grandiose halls of the Vatican, with their cold marble and resplendent frescoes, reeked of the incense burned in daily rituals, a stark contrast to the tension in the air. "Your theories contradict the scriptures," a stern voice echoed through the chamber, reverberating off the walls. Cardinal Bellarmine stood before him, his expression a mix of concern and condescension. "You must recant your claims or face dire consequences." Galileo felt the heat of the moment surge within him, the weight of centuries of knowledge battling against tradition. "Your Eminence, I do not seek to defy the Church but to illuminate the truth of our existence," he replied, his voice steady though his heart raced. In that confrontation, Galileo faced an impenetrable wall of dogma. He argued passionately, detailing his findings. "I have seen the moons of Jupiter dance around it, just as the Earth moves around the Sun. This is not mere speculation, it is observation." The Church's response was unyielding, however. Stripped of his platform, Galileo began to write Dialogue Concerning the Two Chief World Systems, a meticulous defense of the heliocentric model. He knew the landscape was fraught with danger, yet he pressed on, his resolve as strong as the ink staining the pages. Years passed, and in 1633, after a protracted trial marked by public scrutiny and scorn, Galileo found himself condemned by the Church. The very institution that had once celebrated his genius now turned against him. It felt as though the cold grip of betrayal tightened around him. "Abjure, curse, and detest," the judges demanded, their icy tones haunting him. The stench of sweat and fear filled the darkened courtroom, and as he knelt before them, Galileo's heart sank. "I would rather be blind than betray the truth," he thought bitterly, but he remained silent. His sentence was house arrest, a solitary confinement that felt like a death sentence to a man who thrived on exploration and discovery. The world outside continued its dance of progress, while he remained trapped in the shadows. Yet, even in isolation, he refused to abandon his work. The quiet of his villa in Arcetri became a sanctuary of thought, where he contemplated the cosmos and the fabric of motion, despite the weight of condemnation on his shoulders. Galileo Galilei passed away on January 8, 1642. His life was a testament to the relentless pursuit of knowledge amid adversity. The scent of smoke from the candles flickered around him, a stark reminder of the fire that had burned within him, igniting a revolution in thought. His legacy did not merely lie in the celestial discoveries, but in the spirit of inquiry that he embodied, an indomitable will to challenge the status quo. His struggles illuminated a profound truth about human nature: the quest for understanding is often fraught with obstacles, yet it is this very struggle that propels us into the realms of discovery. As Galileo once remarked, all truths are easy to understand once they are discovered, the point is to discover them. His courage to confront the powerful institutions of his time laid the groundwork for modern physics and astronomy, reminding us that the pursuit of truth often comes at a great cost. The stars still twinkle above us, whispering the secrets of the universe, a celestial chorus born from the sacrifices of those like Galileo who dared to question, to dream, and to reach for the infinite. In this narrative, we explore not just the achievements of Galileo Galilei but the man behind the discovery, who faced monumental challenges and emerged as a beacon of relentless